What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 5 of Wrecked Bike Rebuild, aka The Comeback. I should probably not call it The Comeback based on how many problems I've been having with this bike. Roll the intro. So guys, before we get started with the episode, I wanted to say thanks to the person that sent me this Ducati shirt. If you notice, I am wearing a red Ducati shirt. There was an episode, or either a live stream, where I wore a Triumph shirt, because I have a cool Triumph shirt, and people saw irony in the fact that I wore a Triumph shirt instead of a Ducati shirt, so the person was nice enough to send me a Ducati shirt. So thank you very much, sir. I am going to wear this, not every episode, but definitely this one, and it's actually a really awesome shirt, so thanks. Also, somebody else sent something to my P.O. box. Red straps. Somebody has OCD or whatever the thing is where they didn't like the orange straps, so they sent red ones. So we're going to put red straps on the bike because it'll all match. It'll be perfect. Okay, I'm going to put these on and then we'll start the real episode. And just like that, we now have red straps. Sweet. Also, to show my true dedication to the color red today, I'm also choosing to tie up the loose ends with red zip ties. Go red. Alright, well, now we got the straps on, talked about the shirts, so thank you guys for sending those in. If any of you other guys want to send in something funny about the build, or if it has to do with the Ducati, I will feature it on a video. If you send it to my P.O. box, you can see that address here. It's always in the description if you want to check it out there. And I always appreciate you guys for sending me random stuff. Okay, let's talk about torque wrenches. So if you guys saw last week's episode, you saw when this happened. Oh. Yep, 2 bolts broke off when I was trying to torque all of the bolts on the crankcase / generator case to their specific torque degree. And I was doing that with this thing, a giant torque wrench. After reading some comments and talking with the Mountain Motorsports guys, I realized that instead of using the NM amount on the torque wrench, which is seen on this side, Newton meter side, I used the foot-pound. Now granted, I was new to torque wrenches and I just saw 10 and I was like, 10, that must be it. It wasn't. So what I did was I went ahead and ordered a new torque wrench. Now, just to compare again, this is the size torque wrench I used last week. This is an inch-pound torque wrench. I want you guys to appreciate the size difference in the inch-pounds and the foot-pounds torque wrench. For those bolts, I was supposed to use the inch-pounds. And this kind of brings me back to the whole reason I wanted to do this series, and that is not only to, build a bike and customize it and make it awesome, but it was also to learn what the hell I'm doing with motorcycles. That was one of the many situations where I had no clue what I was doing, and now I do. And now I have the correct tool to use. The small size of this is almost hysterical. But now about these bolts that are broken off. So as you guys can see here, we have 2 bolts that are missing from the crankcase. This bolt is totally outside the crankcase. The bolt broke, but it only fractured the bolt and I was able to unscrew the rest of it. That bolt is actually all the way in there, so I have to drill it out, but I've got some tools. That moment when you set your camera down looking at your other bike and it just looks too good not to put in the video. Okay, enough of that one. Let's talk about the tools that I got. So if you guys have ever had the same problem that I have where you have either stripped a bolt or a bolt has broken off, you are going to need one of these tools. This is to bore out a stripped bolt, as in the whole bolt head is still there, you just stripped it out. This is if you have cracked the bolt like body off inside of the hole. This will actually drill a hole into it and drill it out. Obviously you have different sizes. You have different sizes here as well. Now the reason I got these is because originally I had the bolt issues, and granted, I'm probably gonna have bolt issues in the future. Luckily, I have the tools now. Also luckily, I'm not gonna need any of them. Now, if you're a Patreon supporter, you've already heard this because you heard this on the live streams, but for you guys that aren't part of the Patreon page and aren't watching the live streams every week, I found out that I'm not going to need to drill this hole out. So the reason I'm not gonna need any of those tools is because this area right here has no threads. The threads for these bolts start on this little inside column that's on the actual engine right here. That's where the threads start. It is my belief that I can take this crankcase off and I can remove it without having to drill this bolt out, and the bolt will be sitting there able for me to just pull it out with my hands or with locking pliers, and I won't have to drill anything and I won't have to worry about messing up the threads. Now that does mean I'm gonna have to take the crankcase off. Here's the good news. I had already planned on taking the crankcase off and getting it powder coated black so that it can match in with everything on the bike much better. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave that bolt broken in there for now. When I take the crankcase off to go get it powder coated, when we go and take other items to get powder coated, I'm then going to just get the bolt out with some locking pliers. So for now, we're not going to worry about it. But it is going to get solved, and obviously I'll show you guys whenever I get to that point of fixing that up. Just wanted to clear all that stuff up for you guys watching the series. Now, here's what we're going to do on this episode. Now, if you guys watched episode 2, you probably remember when this happened. If you don't remember, I was trying to cut the washer off of the bottom of the gas tank so I could lift it up to get access to the battery to try to get the bike started. Well, to get the bottom of the gas tank off, I had to Dremel and cut the washer off of the bottom nut because the nut would not screw, it would just spin indefinitely. I've got an idea to try to get that bolt out so that I can fix it to where it's actually stuck in the bottom of the bike. That way, whoever gets the bike at the end of the series won't have a gas tank just kind of sitting there. The only issue with this situation is I've got to drill a hole in the gas tank, but I feel really confident about it, kind of. All right guys, so here we've got the gas tank piece. You can see the little rubber grommet and the little bolt that I had to cut off. The way this looks to me is this is where the gas is, and this is just thick plastic or rubber or whatever. It's probably plastic. That's what this material is. So with a nut being in this area already, I feel like there can't be gas and it must be like solid plastic all the way up through. So my thought is I'll drill a hole into here and get that nut out and then put a new nut in there so that we can secure this to the bottom of the bike. I am a little worried that I could be wrong and there's gas in there, but if you look at the way it's built, it looks like this area holds gas. That's why there's the little indention. And then this is just actual thick rubber. I just also want to remind you guys that I am not a professional. You should definitely already know that. But that kind of makes sense. So what we're first going to do is siphon the gas out of the gas tank just to make sure there's no gas in there. I got a cool little siphon thing I get to show you guys. Then I'm going to disconnect the gas tank from the bike again, take it off, and then we're going to try drilling into it. First, we got to get the gas tank siphoned out though. This is what happens when you're on Amazon and you're like, I wonder if I can get a gas siphon thing so I don't have to like suck stuff out with the tube. And it worked. So I'm gonna figure out how this thing works. Okay, so it seems pretty straightforward. Intake, discharge, shove this all the way into the tank, pump 3 to 4 times, and it will begin flowing automatically as long as the discharge is, like the discharge valve is under this thing. Okay. All right, we got a handy dandy bucket. Okay. Alright, so if everything works correctly, I should just have to put this down into this gas tank. I'm going to put the discharge thing into the gas collection apparatus. seem like we're getting any. Seems as if it's kind of. So I'm doing everything like it says to do, and there's just not a lot of gas getting into the hose. So what I think I'm gonna do is disconnect the tank like I did last time, unscrew the fuel pump a little bit and let gas come out, and then that way I'll know there's no gas in there, because I really don't want to drill into that thing with gas in it. So I'm gonna get the gas tank taken off totally, and then just leak it out through the fuel pump, and then we'll start drilling then. Alright, so I'm going to disconnect these hoses, and what's going to happen is there is going to be residual fuel inside of the hoses. So what I'm going to make sure to do is take them off. We got a couple of rags here. I'm just going to make sure that gets all of the liquid. And at that point, the gas tank should be separated and be able to come off. So may the gas flow. Yep, there's all the little bit of extra gas. I'm letting this hose get all the extra gas out of it, because I know it's got some in there as well. Yep. These things do not like coming off, man. Oh, there we go. There's the gas. Okay. Whew. That gas is strong, though. So I'm gonna leave these towels underneath there, and I'm gonna grab an extra one. We're gonna take this tank outside. I'm gonna keep a towel here by the little hoses. Okie dokie. There's the gas I was expecting. Alright guys, so as you can audibly tell, there is no more gas. So I'm gonna get all the bolts back in, and then we'll take it back over the table, and we'll drill through this thing. Now guys, I'd be lying if I told you even I felt a little sketched out about doing this, but there's no gas in it, there's no sparks gonna be flying, so it should be good. I'm not crazy worried about it. I don't want the gas to be in a combustible area, so I'm gonna keep the gas tank lid open. And we are going to attempt to drill a hole in the gas tank. If this is the last thing I do on YouTube, just know that I really appreciate all of y'all's support, especially you guys over on Patreon. I had great plans for this project, but obviously if you're watching this part of the video, I may or may not have died. So Heather is going to probably have to edit this together. Okay, let us begin. Oh, that was faster than it's like a little swirly thing. Oh my god. Okay, we have entered the tank. Hold on, we need a light. Okay, we seem to be fine so far. We're gonna continue. It seems we've met our match. There seems to be metal in here somewhere. I think I might have missed the shot, so we're gonna re-angle and re-go in. Oh, we have follow through. Wait. Oh shit. We got a problem. So I was looking at this thinking there's no way there's gas in this area. in my first hole, you guys probably can't see, there's metal inside of that hole. So I was like, oh, it is just all rubber. Okay, perfect. And then I drilled this hole, and you can see in that second hole, there's a cavity. What that means is with this gas tank, all of this is hollow, and there's a rubber piece that just comes up and then down, and that's what the screw goes into. That makes absolutely no sense to me. And now the gas tank has a hole in it. Awesome. Okay. It's okay though. I've got a solution. So if you guys thought I would actually drill into this gas tank with not having some sort of backup plan, you have vastly underestimated my abilities. Maybe a little bit. The reason I drilled it in the gas tank is because I was actually curious about the hollowness and if that would actually work, because it would be hilarious if it worked. But I talked to the guys at Mountain Motorsports about this tank, and these tanks not only have this screw issue, but they also swell if it uses the wrong type of gasoline. So I made the judgment call to go ahead and get a Euro tank because it solves the swelling issue and it solves the screw issue. So I'm going to install that new gas tank because I don't want to give somebody an old gas tank with a screw problem. So I've already got all the stuff ordered, so we are going to get the new gas tank installed now. Okay, so this is the new gas tank. I don't know what's inside the box and what it all comes with, so we're gonna check it out, see what we're gonna have to switch on that gas tank to put onto here, and we'll start the transmorphing progress of the new gas tank. All right, so you are the official box holder. That seems about right, and that worked. All right, seems we have an invoice here. So the gas tank, this gas tank, the new one, cost $1,173. Jesus Christ, Ducati. This thing better work real good, y'all. That is what we're looking for, ladies and gentlemen. That little screw head right there. That's the little rubber grommet piece. Oh, this needs two hands. All right, we have a new gas tank. So based on the way this gas tank looks, it looks like we're gonna have to put the other cap top thing on, the fairing piece here, and probably replace the fuel pump from the bottom of the old one. Okay, so we're gonna get that off, and then we'll worry about the fuel pump afterwards. Just because I know it pisses you guys off. I love this little guy. All right, so it looks like once you open up the gas tank top, you can get to these little Allen keys on the inside. Looks like there's 5 of them. So undoing those, we should be able to pop the top off. Yeah, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so that should be good. I'm trying to be super careful because I don't want anything to drop into this gas tank. All right, there we go. Well, that was a lot easier than I expected. All right, so this should just fit in just like the other one did. The most complicated part, I believe, with this is going to be getting the fuel pump out. And I believe that's gonna get a little messy as well because we've got open holes now and we're gonna have to flip it upside down. So what I'm gonna do is take it back outside. That way I'm gonna put this underneath the black little tub thing. That way if gas comes out, it'll be in there. What in the hell? What is this? Oh, gas. Okay, gas. What in the hell? I will be honest, when I was taking this out, I did not expect this serious of a contraption. I guess we just... You gotta twist it a little bit to get it to fit correctly in this little bag. Okay. Now we'll just get everything screwed back in. Alright, so that's the old fuel pump put on the new gas tank. When I flipped the other gas tank upside down, I noticed a couple other pieces that we're gonna have to transplant into this guy, but we can do that inside. This gas tank has got these little clips here. Looks like they just drill in right there with these little bolts. And then we got these two side panels, and that is what helps this gas tank become part of the bike and all that kind of stuff. So this looks pretty simple to get out. And I think after that, that's all of the transmutation. I don't think the word transmutation is right, but I like the way it sounds and I'm gonna use it because it's my video. And now here is the new one. It's got all the new stuff put on, and it doesn't have some stupid little screw that ruins people's lives. One of these things. Look at that piece of crap. Now that the new gas tank is prepped with all the old gas tank stuff, we can get it installed on the bike and hopefully screw it in correctly so that it fits like it should. I did get a new rubber piece. This went on the bottom of the gas tank, and it fits in this little slot, and that's what that screw that I had to drill through or Dremel off goes into. So I need to get this thing fitted into this little guy. Yep, rubber piece in. Sweet. All right, now we have our, whoa, gas, no, damn it. That fuel thing does not stop putting gas out. I'm gonna go grab something to spray on it so the gas doesn't smell too bad in here. Ugh. Listen, if you're thinking of judging me for this, I don't wanna hear it. I had to steal another thing from Head of DT. She won't care, probably. How does this work? Is that just, do you scrub with that? Okay, we're fixed. No gas smell here. Huh, who smells gas? Not me. Just kidding. Oh, you know, I can infuse it into the ground. Oh yeah. Anti-gas, brought to you by, the hell is this? Swiffer Wet Jet. I'm gonna slip and fall. Okay, we have the leaking gas thing now. Get all the nasty gas out, piece of shit. You guys are an intelligent bunch. What do you guys recommend me to do in a situation like just happened, where gas gets on the floor and I don't want it to smell like a lot of like nasty gas shit? You guys have any recommendations? Let me know in the comments. In the meantime, gonna be smelling like gas, I guess. Okay. Let's plug these babies up and get this thing stuck in her. Oh my God. Okay, the white is on the right. And the other one's just on the other one. If you guys remember the last time I did this, these little cables were not in all the way, and it led to gas seepage. We don't want that. Just double checking that these little hoses are stuck on there. Oh, that one wasn't. Whew, goodness, what is going down? I'm gonna catch you guys in a minute after I get this thing in. My God, it took too damn long, but I finally got it in there, and you can see that both of them are in the same amount. so this is gonna be a pain in the ass, it seems. I'm gonna have to get this little metal thing in there a good bit. God almighty. I'm trying to get these little metal things to line up and they're not really wanting to. They're not being the nicest little things. Let's check the other side. There we go. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna work on getting these two metal pieces into the rubber grommets, and I'll check back with you guys because this is getting frustrating. Oh, good Lord, that was not fun. Okay, we've got the tail thing in. We've got this thing. This is still like pushing out some, but we've got the metal little connector in there. We've got this side metal connector in there. Okay, I think that is everything put back together. Let me double check. All right, guys, so we got the bolt in here. This thing's bolted down. This thing ain't going nowhere. And we even got the bolt on the other side. I would like to remind you guys, when I got this bike, it didn't have either of those bolts. So now we've got a brand new gas tank. It's the Euro model, so it won't have a growing issue if you use the wrong gas. It's got the screw on the back. If in case you have to get into there again, it's got the new bolts. And guys, with that, I'm going to call episode 5 over. Now that we've got the new gas tank put on, and we got the old one out of here, so whoever gets this bike at the end of the series is not going to have to worry about all the crap that the old gas tank had going on with it. Speaking of getting this bike, if you are interested in getting this bike, I implore you to go check out our Patreon page. It's Wrecked Bike Rebuild. There will be a link in the description and probably at the top of the screen right now. At the end of this series, I'm going to be giving this bike away thanks to all the supporters I have over there. So if you want a chance at that, click one of those links. If you guys made it to this point in the video, make sure to hit the hell out of that like button for new gas tank-ness, and I will see you guys on episode 6, where we really get into the customization process. I'm very excited to get that going now that we have all the technical stuff kind of out of the way. Anyways, thank you guys for supporting the series. Much love from me, and I will see you guys next Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, because that's when I put videos out. I'm Chaseontwowheels. This is Wrecked Bike Rebuild Season 1, and I will see you guys then. Later!